Hey there, Home Service Pro. Ryan here with Chirp. In this video, I had the opportunity to interview Ed and Pat Dwyer out of New Jersey with Dwyer Services. They've been in business for the past 10 years. They're a HVAC Plumbing and electrical company. In October, they had their best month ever. In fact, they doubled their revenue from last October. And in this video, they're going to show you how. Let's jump in. All right, so I'm here with Pat and Ed, brothers from Dwyer Services in New Jersey. Thank you so much, guys, for jumping on. Really appreciate it. Pat's to the side of me. Ed's just below. How long have you guys been in business? Tell us a little bit about your company out in New Jersey and how long you guys been rolling.
Yes, we've been in business 10 years this year. We started out just heating and air conditioning. Over the years, we added plumbing and then electrical just to be able to reach out to our existing customer base and grow that way. Basically, I think a big part of our business right now is still HVAC, but plumbing's picking up big time. We're starting to do generators now too.
Tell me about the generators. Is that like that's obviously a big ticket sale, but tell me about that. Is that a big winner for you guys when you sell a generator?
It's getting there. The problem in New Jersey is permitting, so it's an issue getting through the towns, and we have a lot of properties that are by the water, and after Sandy, it became BFE related, so we have to build platforms to go through zoning, but we're getting there, and now it's starting to pick up. It is a nice one. It's going to be a big winner. It took about a year for it really to start flowing, but now we are starting to move them for sure.
I guess those barriers to entry can be good. Then not everybody just dives right in, right? But cool. Okay. You guys jumped on with Chirp, I want to say 7 months ago. Is that right?
Yep.
Tell me, obviously jumping into any new software, there's going to be hesitation. Everybody's kind of figuring stuff out with their software and how things are going, and adding new things is always a hesitation and like, oh, I got to do this. What were some of your initial hesitations when we started talking about, adding Chirp to your stack?
To be honest with you, I found out about you guys through church. I don't know if this is podcast or you posted something in the Warrior group,
right?
But it seemed like a good way to outbound. So outbounding is tedious, obviously, right? You have to pick up the phone and call. No, they don't answer. Pick up the phone, call. So I would think if the girls call 100 people a day, which is a challenge in its own, what is 10% pick up, and then maybe 10% of them book. It might be a little higher for your members and stuff like that, but it's time consuming, it's labor intensive. So just the idea of it, I was super excited about right off the bat, and that's kind of the first campaign we ran, was just to book our current members. So instead of calling 700-800 people, we chirp 800 people.
Sweet.
And
Pat, I know when he came to you, you had some hesitation jumping in.
Well, no, right. Well, if I had a hesitation, what would it be? Another software program is probably the only thing. But then once I saw it start working or what it could do, it really was a no-brainer, because you know the numbers, I'm
right.
Sure. Like what's a text message opening rate opposed to an email opening rate or even a phone call pickup rate?
Right. Yeah.
I know what Pat's hesitation is. It's another thing Ed wants to do that Pat has to manage.
That's right.
That is also true. Yes.
I remember there being some, in the conversation, there's a little bit like, I got to talk to Pat. And that's a good, healthy approach, right? When somebody comes to you with a new thing, to be like, all right, how's this really going to help my business? But once you saw it, it was like pretty easy to make that jump.
Yeah. The game is sifting through the ideas. There's a million ideas, and this one is a really good one.
Yeah.
This is a good idea to go. But
you guys are Service Titan users, right?
Yes.
Tell me about. So obviously, we have a ton of Service Titan users. The integration really is our key differentiator. It makes the idea that you can be using Service Titan and Chirp alongside, and that it's not going to interfere. Has that lived up to the expectation as far as making this easy for you guys to be able to do what we're trying to accomplish?
Ed, what do you think so far? I mean, I know.
Yeah, so to be honest with you, Ryan, there's probably way more we can do with Chirp than we do. But the low hanging fruit was, well, first of all, Pat made sure that everything in Service Titan over the years had age of equipment.
Mm-hmm.
So put our memberships aside. We have 7 or 8,000 people in Service Titan. We've been in their house. We have their email address. We have their phone number. We have their cell phone. And a lot of them, we have the age of their equipment.
Right.
So whether they're customers or not anymore, we've been there. We know how their systems are. So what Kelly does in our office is pulls out lists. She'll say, okay, let's get all the 15 and overs. So all the equipment that's 15 years or over, we pull that list, we put it into Chirp, and then we start dropping text messages to them saying, hey, it's time for your tune-up. Do you prefer AM or PM? And we get great responses from that. And now my technicians are on older systems. So all through October and November, we're on 20-year-old systems, and then that's where the big win came in. I'm not gonna give it all away right off the bat, but we had our biggest month ever in October, which is typically our slowest month. So we beat, right, Pat? Did we beat August's numbers in October?
Yeah, we had our biggest month in August. Yep.
So your biggest month was August until October.
Yes, sir.
Probably typical with any HVAC company, right? The end of the month, the last big month of the summer, when everything falls into place, and then there's a big drop off. But for us, there wasn't.
Yeah, we had that. We had that same conversation with our buddy Dustin out in California. He's like, since I started, I don't have a shoulder season anymore. I'm able to maintain my momentum through the shoulder season because I'm reaching out to people that haven't been communicated with. So you have those, you mentioned several thousand people in your database. So you're looking at that as just a gold mine of people just sitting there that you just gotta mine that gold, right? So it's just sitting there, and Chirp gives you that ability to just reach out to these people. Tell me, okay, so you mentioned the actual text message. So you said, hey, it's time to get back on the schedule. Tell us a little bit more about the process. So you're pulling the data from Service Titan. You're shooting out a text message. Then what? What happens from there?
So it's 3 text messages. It's hey, it's time for your tune-up, $69, $79 special. Do you prefer AM or PM? Then there's another one the next day. Hey, just want to make sure you got my text. It says something along the lines of $69 tune-up. Third time, it says the last time I'm going to reach out. I just want to see what you want to do. When do you want to get on? So then they text in, and actually I just found out you can sort it where I was looking at all the outbounds. You can only see the inbound text, which is awesome. Is that new, or is that always like that?
There's always like that. Yeah, there's always stuff to learn.
That's great.
There's always stuff to learn.
So
yeah,
as they start rolling in, you start uncovering tons of opportunity, and the best ones are, hey, yeah, let's do it, and then we fill the board up, and then our guys are flipping leads. So they're going out to older systems, flipping to the project managers. And that's how we're keeping the whole company busy. And then again, that's the first easy one. Even if you don't have the age of equipment, you still have all these customers. So then once you get past them, then you can send it out to everybody else, or you can send it out to the whole 7,000, excluding that list. And then when they text in, you just ask, okay, cool, we'll be there next Tuesday. How old's your equipment? Or before you even book it, you say, how old's your equipment? And then you set up your board that way. So your tech turnover guys, they get the older ones, and then the newer systems go to your maintenance techs.
What would you say if you were to give us some numbers, and obviously only share what you're comfortable sharing, but if we were to say, hey, you feel like Chirp affected your sales in October by X amount, maybe a percentage, or if there's numbers or some high ticket sales that you closed, what are you willing to share with us there?
Well, this is Ed's best thing. What happened in October, Ed, compared to last year?
We doubled October, baby. We doubled last year's October this year.
So we should just end it right there, right? So double your sales, but you didn't double. I mean, everything else wasn't doubled, right? It's not like you doubled leading up to that. It was a big win, right? It was like
we're growing for sure, and we're beating month over month.
Sure.
But yeah, we doubled October.
It's funny. We have goals. We have these stretch goals that we're hitting, and it's been great. We have these goals we put in place and these targets to hit revenue wise and everything else, KPIs. And Ed always has these secret goals.
Yeah.
He makes his own secret goal on above and beyond the stretch goal.
That's cool.
Yeah, man. And I think if you were to pinpoint one thing, I think Chirp has put us over the top to hit the Ed secret goals month after month, which is nice.
Sweet. So we hit Ed's secret goal because of Chirp. All right.
The office knows about it. Pat just doesn't know about
it.
Yeah. Pat was. I like.
Take it.
I was out in New Jersey. I saw Pat just last week, but he says you're walking around the office just going chirp, baby, chirp.
It's the best. Chirp. You're kidding. It's a game changer, man. It really is. And then once you get through all that, do you have to outbound a little bit? Yeah, you'll still be calling people that maybe the number got kicked back, whatever else. But I would need 10 people in the office just call. To make that happen in October, I don't know, at least 5 people just outbounding to match what we did on a text message with one person manning it.
Yeah, so that number right there seems to be and I say this in a lot of the stuff that I talk about. I say we turn people into superhumans. We're not trying to get rid of the human. We're not trying to automate the human out of the process. We're trying to turn them into a superhuman. Take one person and get them to be able to do the work of 5 people. Which that alone, that number right there, where you're like, hey, look, you can hire 5 people or just get Chirp and one person and you have everything you need. So that's
we're not letting anybody go. We're not letting anybody go. We're
right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, that's I try to get that point across to people. It's like, hey, we're not trying to get rid of jobs. We want to create more jobs. We just want to make them more efficient in what they do. And
what were you talking about, Ryan? About ProPress tools? I said it's like using a ProPress tool, for plumbing. It's like sort of plug and
Explain that a little bit. What is the ProPress tool?
So it's a tool that instead of soldering copper pipes for plumbing, it's literally you press a button and it just zips the fitting onto the copper piece, right?
A plumber's going to know what you're talking about right there, right?
Yeah, so it almost turns a plumber or a less experienced plumber into a superhuman plumber.
Yes.
Right? Is that would you say that's pretty accurate?
I think it's like having 5 people with ProPresses doing a boiler and only have to pay for one of them.
5 people with a ProPress or one person with Chirp, right? That's
Found it.
Awesome.
It's a game changer.
Okay, so obviously outbounding is a huge part of this, like reaching out to past clients. And you guys are just getting started. There are so many things in Chirp that you're not using right now. Are there some things that that are like on the horizon? You're going, oh, I know we need to be doing that we're not yet. Where are we at there?
Well, yeah, what we just started doing was following up with our customers. So we paid another company almost like double or triple what it costs to do Chirp to manage our Google reviews, right? So, hey, how was our service? Rate us 1 to 5. And they click on it. They send a link. And for some reason, man, it's like doubled. Even though we still were doing it on every call, I don't know if it's set up different or whatever's happening, we doubled our Google reviews as well once we switched to Chirp for that.
So you were paying somebody 3 times what it costs, and we're doing double automatically. Is that?
They were just doing the Google. Yeah, they were doing just the Google reviews.
So you're saying it costs 3 times the cost of Chirp, that not just the cost of the reviews, the cost of all of Chirp, right?
Yeah. Well, what we pay Chirp is like a third of what we paid a company just to manage our Google reviews.
So Chirp already paid for itself on the other part. So everything else is just icing on the cake, right? It's all just free extra stuff.
Yeah, man. If we just use you to do our Google reviews, you would pay for yourself.
See that?
You hear me? That makes sense?
Yeah, totally, right? So that's what we tell people, right? It's like, hey, you could pay one of these other big giant companies a ton of money for one thing, or get everything all in one in Chirp for much less, and it'll pay for itself in just one of the features that it's doing. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm going to put you on the spot now, since you're talking so good about Chirp. Is there a way to use this for recruiting? To somehow make our one recruiter turn into 5 or 10 recruiters?
Yeah, same idea. We have some guys doing it, and I'll get you some of the information on that. From the hip, the numbers I don't know, but I know we have some guys doing it. As people are applying, they're putting them into drip campaigns to follow up with them to get them to come in for an interview, and just treating the the recruit as a lead for just like they would a lead for their business, right? And automating the follow-up process. I'll get you more details on what they're doing, but yeah, for sure. I think some people are even running Facebook ads and then using the same process that you would use in Chirp to capture the lead and start a text message conversation. Same idea, but do it, to find people to work for you. So
yeah, that makes complete sense.
Yeah.
And it sounds so easy. You're like, yeah, you just have to set it up and then it's done.
Yes. So that's why some people in business, they don't realize that recruiting is every bit as important as getting new customers, and they don't treat it with the same like energy and same like they'll just say, oh, put out a sign and hire people, right? But recruiting is definitely you got to treat it as a big part of the business. So for sure, I'll get more information on that though. So excellent question, Pat.
Boom. It was going too good. I was like,
it's going too good.
Let me go throw a curveball here.
Yeah.
Just start raising our rates.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. You're like right there, right? Where you're like, all right, cool. It's time to raise the rates. Okay. Well, so we talked about, outreach to the past customers, reviews, and we talked about reaching out in the automation for following up with existing customers later. Is there anything else? Is there anything else that you guys want to talk about? If I was to say, hey, look, let's get, let's say we had a potential Chirp customer on the phone. What are you going to say to them? I mean, obviously, we've gone over that, but what would you say to them just, right out of the gate?
It's no brainer. Don't, sign up. That's it. There's no reason not to sign up. It's silly. It's absolutely ridiculous because we went from this mountain of busy season, slow season, busy season, and we knew we had it outbound. We were doing a better job over the last couple of years, but man, just smooth it right out. And then you can recruit in the off season when everyone else is letting people go. And that's what we're doing right now. We're hiring now when everybody else is starting to let people go because they have nothing to do.
Dang. Yeah. What about you, Pat? Anything you want to add to that? Pretty straightforward there.
Yeah. Sign up and then spend a good 3 days specifically to set it up. So it just gets the ball rolling. Put the time into it to set it up, and it's going to pay off ridiculously.
Yeah, that's the thing we try to tell people because it's a complex system, right? It does a lot of stuff. There's a lot of things to it. A lot of people want a plug and play. Hey, let's just jump in. This is I just want to turn it on and it works. And we try to find the balance in Chirp where we say, hey, we want to make it easier for people to use. But at the same time, when you do that, you sacrifice some of how powerful it is. And so we're trying to find that balance. So it's good you bring that up where we say, hey, listen, it's very powerful. It will make you a lot of money, but expect to put in some time to learn it and understand it. It's not just sign up and step back and it's going to roll in. So I'm glad you brought that up. But yeah, it takes some time. It takes some effort, but it's in your opinion, obviously it's been worth it to put in that time.
Worth it.
So
yeah. For sure.
Well,
can I play devil's advocate on that one?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah. I'm
not tech savvy at all. I can't stand the phone and the computer and all this stuff. And I'm pretty much running Chirp and it's going super smooth. It's not that hard. I don't want to scare people away thinking that you got to do all this legwork and back end stuff. I mean, as long as you're paying the premium to have Taylor do it, you're in good shape.
So I made it sound worse than what you would say.
I think so. I mean, I also have a couple other people help me out, but I'm not tech savvy, man, and I'm running it for sure.
Awesome. Well, Dwyer Brothers, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. This has been really enlightening, and I think it's going to add a lot of value to a lot of companies out there. Really appreciate your time. Obviously, we're here for you, but thanks so much, guys. Appreciate it.
Cool. Thanks for having us.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay.